Hey, what's up guys, it's Hypermind Vlogs. Welcome to my channel. So today's video I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing a comparison of my air rifles. I've got 3 air rifles, one I've had for about 14 years, one I've had for about 3 years, and the other one's still pretty much brand new. I've only taken it out for a shoot about once or twice. So yeah, let's just get on with the video, shoot a couple of things and do a bit of a comparison, see what you guys think. Okay, so as you can tell, these are the 3 air rifles that I currently own. I tried to do my own little bit of attachment here with a torch because we get a rat problem because of our chickens at night time. So this gun on the left is an SMK Chinese model. It's a very popular model actually. You pretty much see it all over the place, even at fun fairs and that for the target practicing. I mean, to be perfectly fair, it's a very nice light gun. It's perfect if you just want to do a bit of ratting or just some target practice, or if it's for your first ever sort of gun if you're a bit younger. The second one here is also an SMK. This is one of the newest models from SMK. It's actually the DB5. It's a lovely gun. As I said, it's kind of light like compared to the other one, but at the same time it has got a nice bit of weight to it, so it does feel like you are actually holding a bit of a gun. There is a slight bit of rust on it, but it's because it's been sat next to my radiator for a little while. And my personal favourite and my favourite brand of all time, this is my WEIRAUCH. So this is a WEIRAUCH HW57. It's a beautiful gun. It's made out of real wood, and it's actually got a really interesting loading mechanism which you don't really get with many air rifles, but obviously I will run through it to show you how it all works. Hands down my favourite gun. It's nice and heavy, but at the same time it's just a beautiful little carbine. It's lovely and powerful. I think it's up to legal limit, and yeah, it's just one of those guns that if you take out, it's just a good all-around shooter. So yeah, let's get comparing. Okay, so the way I've actually set up this little test site isn't actually anything amazing, but I've just set up a few thicker sort of bean tins just to be able to sort of compare the power, compare the differences in compression and everything like that. So as you can see here on the back of this amazing tractor, I've just lined up 3 cans. So I'm going to do them in order. I'll use this one for the small SMK, the first gun I had, obviously for the second one, and then for the WEIRAUCH we'll use the Branston tin, as it's just a little bit thicker, so it would be nice to sort of test out the power on that one. Right, so let's get shooting. So as I said, I want to start off with the Chinese cheap SMK. It's about 15 quid back in its day. I don't know how much it is now, but it's still such an awesome little gun to use. I use it quite a lot myself. So let's give it a load up, give it a test. Okay, so to load this one up, it's just your standard snap barrel. It's nothing too major. It's literally just a case of pressing the button down, it flops down a bit, give it a pull, obviously pop the pellet into the hole. Bob's your uncle, ready to go. Right, cool shot. Let's go and check out the damage. Right, so as you can see, there is a nice hole. Yeah, some of the metal's actually peeled itself back, so that's a nice powerful hit. However, I don't see an exit hole. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna do the job if you need it for pest control or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I give that about 6 out of 10. Okay, so now it's time for the SMK DB5. So as I said, this is a lovely gun, nice and weighted, not too heavy, not too light. Now, the only thing is about loading this one up, is it's not like the snap barrel, because it's non-lever, you do actually have to put your thumb in and sort of put it into this hole. Now, you do want to be careful because there is rumours and there has been people who have somehow released the trigger, and then this is basically flipped up and it's literally chopped their thumb off. So make sure you always hold the bottom down. So yeah, let's give them a shot. That was a pretty nice shot actually. Let's give it a check out. Okay, wow, so there's actually a significant amount of damage in comparison to the other rifle. So as you can see, here is the entrance hole. It's pretty big actually. I mean, that pretty much tore its way through the can instead of just sort of pelting its way through. And then obviously you've got the exit wound, which is, you know, yeah, pretty fierce. So for me, in my opinion, that's definitely an 8 out of 10 for power on that one, because that tore through these beans like nothing. So now it's time to try my all-time favourite out, the WEIRAUCH. As I said, it is probably one of the most powerful guns I've actually got, one of the most accurate and one of the most best engineered, and I'm going to show you why now. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this gun because it is beautiful. Okay guys, so now it's obviously time to load up the WEIRAUCH. We're going to give this one a blast. As I said, this is my favourite gun out of all of them. I absolutely love German air rifles. They have the best engineering when it comes to them. I did have a WEIRAUCH when I was a bit younger. It was a beautiful gun. It was a break barrel, but it was still lovely. This is obviously the underlever HW57. It's a beautiful little carbine. So I'm going to show you how you actually load it, because I think this is actually amazing. So unlike the other one, you've got like a little rubbish clip that just holds it in place. With this one, you actually have to pull back a little notch to be able to pop it down, which is good. So if you bang anything or you bash against a tree or anything like that, it's not going to come out, and obviously it's not going to unload the gun, which is nice. Now the main thing is, as you probably just noticed, this little sort of notch pops up. So you actually put the pellet in this notch. So it actually saves you from putting your thumb inside the actual casing, which means, as I said before, you could get your thumb cut off, which is not what you want. So after you pop the pellet in, which it is, he's all nice and snug, you just flick it back up as usual, you just pop this down, he's ready to go. And the best thing is it has actually got a safety switch as well, so once you sort of, I don't know if you can see it, but once you push that button in, that's it, he's ready to fire. So let's give it a go. Wow, I mean, that actually sounded like it hit the beam tin a lot harder than the other ones. Just to say as well, I am using 2.2 rounds. I'm not using 177s. I prefer 2.2s myself. So yeah, let's just gonna have a look at the damage that this has done, because I don't know, it sounded pretty beastie. So okay, wow. So I'm actually a bit surprised about this one. As you can see, the hole, you know, he's nice and big. He definitely did a lot of damage on that one. You know, it's a bit like a slug round if you compare it to the 177 editions. But it doesn't seem to be an exit wound anywhere. So I don't know whether it's because I might have hit it at an angle or something, so whether it's just sort of cut its way through the beams. So I'm actually going to give it another shot just to double check, just to see if, you know, if it was just like human error or not. But I mean, before this test shot, all in all, I'm definitely going to be giving that gun a good 8 out of 10. It's fantastic. It's really nice to hold. It's nice and heavy at the same time as it is light. It's quite hard to explain. If you know guns, you know what I mean. So yeah, we're going to give it a second shot just to see if that was a bit of a fluky shot. If not, then obviously we know the power for definite. Let's just give it a go. Yeah, okay, so I mean, that pretty much actually went exactly how I expected it to go. So basically, yeah, as you can tell, this was the original hole. So obviously that was one we were on about earlier when I said I think I might have just sort of hit it by the side a bit. So what's actually happened is, this is the new hole. So obviously that's the entrance hole there. As you can tell, it's still pretty fierce. It's literally like a puncher wound. And then you've actually somehow, I think the pellet must have span around the tin or something, but that's the exit wound. So yeah, that is actually a really lethal gun. So I will actually change my opinion on that one, and I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10, because as I said, German air rifles have always been, for me, the best air rifles. Not to obviously knock SMK, because those SMK air rifles are fantastic. You know, I've been using SMK for a long time. My first air rifle, which is the one that I shot first, is an SMK. As I said, it was like a £15 one you can buy from anywhere. I would actually recommend that to anyone. You know, if you're sort of new to shooting and you want to try out your, you know, different types of guns, and you sort of want to get into air rifles, and I would recommend the SMK just because it's simple, you know, it's powerful and it's effective, and it's quite accurate. So definitely something I would buy. But all in all, the winner obviously has to be the WEIRAUCH HW57. It is just a fantastic gun. Just holding it's lovely, it's nice and weighted so you can see, you know, it's a beautiful gun. I mean, the sights that I'm actually using are Nico Sterling sights. I don't know if, you know, a lot of you have heard of them, but they're actually an incredible sight company, and they do build some amazing sights. It's also telescopic as well, so not just for the fact that you can obviously aim at a certain distance, but you can actually zoom that distance in and out as well just to get a clearer picture. Perfect for sort of if you're going hunting, or, you know, if you're just out and about a long distance. So yeah, definitely the gun that you want to use as an all-around sort of hunter slash target gun, but definitely the best gun that I own. Okay, and obviously number 2 is going to be the SMK DB5 Chinese rifle. As I said, lovely gun. It's just a shame the way that you have to load it. As I said, it can be a little bit dangerous, but other than that, it's a pretty safe gun. It's perfect for a beginner gun. If you just sort of want to get into underlevers, I would recommend it highly. As I said before earlier when we were going through the WEIRAUCH, but that's the only issue, is just this clip. I mean, that's pretty poor engineering, to be honest with you, but I mean, it's just part of the gun, and it does give it a little bit of a weird, different look, which I quite like. Perfect all-around rifle. If you want to take out rats or anything like that, or you're into small game hunting, or even just target practice, long distance and short distance, perfect gun for you. Especially if you're quite short like me, you've got a short arm reach. It's a lovely little gun. But hands down, SMK wise, this is my favorite. I've shot quite a few SMKs, but this one, hands down, is my favorite out of the whole lot. And in last place, obviously has to be my first ever gun, just the SMK Chinese standard rifle. It is a lovely little rifle. I mean, as you can tell, I tried to make an attachment with a torch, because when we get rats at night time, the extra length on the barrel actually helps me sort of get them through the hutch, so it's, you know, it's actually worth having. Excellent beginner gun, I'm not going to lie about that. If anybody ever wants to get into air rifles and you sort of don't know what you're buying, you don't really know what to look at or look for a snap barrel, I recommend this one any day. As I said, loading wise, very simple mechanism, and when it comes to actually setting up sights, it's a really easy way to train you how to do it, because it does it by yardage / foot. So obviously once you sort out your sort of distance that you're going to sort of relatively want to shoot at, then obviously it's a really good way to teach you windage and elevation. And if I'm perfectly honest with you, if it comes to sort of game hunting, like small game like rabbits and stuff, this gun is not for you. It is a lot less power than the other two guns that I actually have. The main reason being it's probably just because it's quite old. I haven't changed any of the seals or anything in it, any of the piston. I haven't changed anything basically. But the great thing about it is it's just simple, it's effective, and it's a very easy way to sort of learn your guns. It's very light, so pretty much, you know, if you're sort of gifting it to somebody who's a little bit younger, obviously within the legal age, but it's a little bit younger, it's a perfect gun. And yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of years with this gun and it's still going strong. So, you know, they do make very good guns, SMK, if I'm perfectly honest with you. It's only just lower at the bottom of the line because obviously the other two guns that I have are actually spectacular in comparison. But, you know, as I said, I recommend it for a first-time shooter any day of the year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm definitely going to start making more like it, I think, because, you know, I do like doing my countryside kind of stuff, and I got, you know, air rifles, air pistols and everything like that, so it would be quite nice to sort of go out and about and get you guys involved as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Cheers.